Hey there, Ranger Nation. It's Nate, and welcome to the Webcast with Attitude LR4. And this is episode 192. Almost at 100 some 80 or something. But no, it's 192, a million miles away. Guys, the reason for that title has to deal with Cosmic Fury's episode, which we always talk about at the end for our episode ratings. We've got so much stuff to talk about. Stuff from Super Sentai and some Power Rangers merch and some other stuff, and then Ranger Stop. But before we get into all that, let me introduce you to my more phenomenal co-host. You got Ryan. So right now, Rick is having some internet trouble. He's calling his internet provider right now, so he'll be back in shortly. We will not be having this, like I said in our Facebook Live, we're not going to be having a Rick's Boom Time because we don't have any comic book news, really, like any new issues coming out or anything like that. So, but besides that, Ryan, how you doing, man? How was your week?
Same old, same old.
Yeah.
Bills and all that stuff.
You ready for Halloween?
No.
So, yeah, I mean, it's been a crazy. Can you believe it? We're almost 2 months away from this almost to the end of this year, like 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
God, it's going by quickly. So, but, yeah, we're just, doing what we need to do. Just got to do some, get through this year, and then we'll move on to the next, as always. Can't believe, I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, when you talk about stuff like this, you talk about, how fast it's going by really quick. Yeah.
Don't have kids. Don't have kids.
If you didn't see that, you just saw his daughter just like running. Oh, God. So, yeah, but like I said, Rick is trying to figure out his internet provider right now. He'll be back on here in a bit. Hopefully he gets that figured out because I know he's been having some trouble with it. So what we're going to do is but anyway, I'm trying to think. I mean, before we get into the topics, I wanted to talk about, everything that's been going on this year for Power Rangers. I mean, when we talked about the Lightning Collection and everything, we haven't given a lot of information as hoped. I mean, we got certain information. I mean, listen, with the 30th anniversary happening right now, we're still in the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers. Until this ends this year, we're still celebrating 30 years of Power Rangers. And that's pretty amazing considering, we've been on for 10 years. LR4 has been, and went from 2013 to 2023. So it's been kind of an interesting year. Years we've been doing this. I mean, if you had to say, Ryan, what did you start with when you watched Power Rangers back then? Do you remember?
When I started watching it?
Yeah.
The very beginning, 93. I don't know when I stopped watching it, but I eventually went back and pretty much binge watched all the way up until the last season was taken off of Netflix. So that
Yeah.
took about a year.
Yeah, that's crazy because I mean now you guys can actually watch it on YouTube now. The only
Mhm.
seasons that are on Netflix right now, I think, is Ninja Steel still on there. I believe
Super Ninja Steel.
Ninja Steel, Super Ninja Steel, both those are on there. Beast
I think it's
Morphers.
just I think it's just Super Ninja Steel. It's
Are
the
you
Mighty
sure?
Morphin. Yeah, I think so. I think it's like Mighty Morphin. I think Super Ninja Steel, Beast Morphers, Dino Fury, and Cosmic Fury. I could be wrong.
Well, they probably have it under Ninja Steel because they consider those
It could be.
both 2 seasons in one. I mean,
Yeah.
ever since Hasbro has bought Power Rangers, we haven't really gotten any DVDs or Blu-rays from them.
No.
With the last thing of the Hasbro, the Neil Saban era, the only thing we got was in celebration of the 25th anniversary was from I think it was from DVD was Super Ninja Steel, which was the last DVD that we got. Oh, there's Rick. Okay. And we got Rick, guys. I think he's trying to figure stuff out still, but he's in here with us. Shut up and take my money.
Okay, so I'm looking it up right now, and it just shows me Super Ninja Steel, Cosmic Fury, Dino Fury, Beast Morphers, the original Mighty Morphin, and then the Once and Always special.
Now, when you click on Super Ninja Steel, does it
I
say?
went on Super Ninja Steel. It's season 2.
And then you go. Does it say season 1 on there?
No.
No, it does not. That's weird.
Yeah, it just starts at season 2. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, no. They do have Ninja Steel on here. Okay, never mind. It just highlight on in their season 2. I didn't know that.
Which is
So
weird,
yeah,
considering
Ninja Steel, Mighty Morphin Ninja Steel, all the way up to Cosmic Fury.
Well, there goes Rick again. I mean, I would hope Hasbro would at least give us the DVDs or Blu-rays or whatever. And with everything with Best Buy in 2024, getting rid of all their Blu-rays and DVDs, no longer selling them there online or at their store. So more likely you'll have to get them at Target or anything. But we'll have to wait and see what happens with Hasbro. I mean, we'll discuss that at the end of the season of LR4. Going forward about our opinion on what's going on with Hasbro and everything. Because there's we're trying to figure out a lot of topics because since we started this season of LR4, we decided, you know what, we're going to go ahead and start this season instead of just because we never went on a hiatus whatsoever this year because I did it basically by month instead of just by doing it by like weekly, like I'm doing now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's go ahead and get to the first topic. Once Rick gets in here, he can get his thoughts on it. So we're going to enter the Super Sentai Zone. And first topic, let's see, first part of this is that this was. Let's see. Hold on a sec. Give me a sec. Rick just texted me. Okay. All right.
Is that
Rick
like
just
one of those lightsaber fold-out swords?
You think it would be?
It looks like
actually,
it, but
it's actually the jousting lance you see back in medieval times and everything. That's basically what it is, and the crown goes into it for an attack. But when they, it's basically kind of like a power-up mode for the red for Kuruga Oger, the red one in King Oger. Excuse me. So I mean, And here's what it looks like on the bad guy, basically the anti-hero, his brother, and this one what it looks like on the red, which is fully gold. And I gotta say, I'm enjoying this show a lot. This has been a really good show. It's a lot of fun to watch, and it's set in a different universe. On their planet's called Terra, which is basically Earth, their Earth, and there's another. Basically, this is set up in an alternate dimension, and I do like how they do that with Sentai. So, but yeah, I mean, it's cool. I mean, what do you think of this design and of what you see right here?
It looks pretty cool.
I mean, it's interesting of how when Sentai, because you remember, oh God, what was it? The two shows before this, you had Zenkaiger, and then you had Dawn Brothers,
Yeah,
where the suits were just.
ridiculous.
I mean, it was interesting, but I would have never have seen. I don't think I could have ever seen Zenkaiger being made into Power Rangers. You know what I mean? With the robots and everything.
Yeah,
Even though they look like Transformers.
I mean, they kind of sort of had it similar to that in Ninja Steel with the Red Rangers. But I think
Oh yeah,
Nick
the
made
Robo
some.
Red
Yes,
Sword.
yeah, so I mean, it's possible, but them being like part of the Ranger team would be different.
Yeah. Well, the difference is, people were thinking, oh, well, since Redbot looks very, very much like his Zord,
Mm-hmm.
maybe Redbot will turn into that Zord. I mean, I thought that at first too. But then when I looked at it, and I'm like, okay, I guess not. He was basically like the Alpha 5 of the group,
Yeah,
And they're like, hey, we can just design a different look. Because they gave him a face and stuff like that. And it was creative, You can't say that they're not creative when we do that kind of stuff.
they
But I
could
mean,
have.
go ahead.
I was about to say. I mean, it sounds really stupid because I don't know how they would do that. I mean, with like the newer seasons, how you have a younger team and then you have legendary members from other teams show up as like mentors. You could do a newer ranger, or he finds something that connects to it, the morpher that they have, and then you have the ranger color that represents, like you have either Rocky or Jason represent the Red Ranger because of the Zords kind of representing the Mighty Morphin Megazord, sort of, and then stuff like that. But at the same time, it would just it'd be a mess.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, 1 sec, guys. I'm going to text Rick and say. All right. So, guys, I just let Rick know if he's not able to be on the webcast because he's trying to figure out internet situation. And I told him since we really don't really have his topic for this episode, so we might see him. We might have to see him next Sunday. So we'll see because it's a lot to. I'm still trying to work out for next Sunday's episode. I got some topics in there. It's just a lot to go on, and I'm trying to do my research, and I'm having my Okay. Hopefully, like I said, I was talking to my admins and everything, and co my friends also, like Ryan, Rick, and Kim, about helping me find some topics to talk about for the next episodes of this season. But anyway, going back onto this, but yeah, I mean, I like the design, and I like, I mean, Ryan, what do you know about King Oger? Of what you've seen, like information, all that stuff.
All I know is that each ranger represents a different kingdom, and that they're bugs. So the first thing that comes to mind is Bug's life.
I find it interesting that we haven't had a full Sentai season where it's insect related.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the very first time we ever had that. I mean, they've had used insects in seasons and everything for Power Rangers, like the Shadow Rangers had their own, bugs and everything. It's a nice change of pace for
Right.
the Sentai, because they did that for Sentai and Power Rangers, all that stuff. So next up in this topic, we have a little bit of a crossover because last week's episode, they were sent to another dimension with these guys there. And yes, the 4 out of the 5 are the ones from Q-Oger, which is the season that was adapted into Power Rangers Dino Charge and Supercharge. But does not have the actor that played the Red Ranger in that season. It's a new act. It's a different actor, and it's a new character too. And I think he goes by Prince. So right there, where I just cropped right there, that's the new character. And in this universe, they're still dealing with the. Can't remember anything. Okay, here we go. Rick's back. All right, we got Rick. He's back.
I think it might be working.
Awesome.
Fingers crossed.
Or you guys are.
Yeah, we're good.
That's for 2 seconds.
Well, it worked for Stu. Rick?
Take it in parts.
Well, it worked for a few seconds. So anyway, I mean, so what I understand is the villain has all these, his henchmen or whatever into one giant villain. I can't really, kind of hard to explain about this, but you'd have to go back and watch last week's episode to understand it. They no longer are able to access their powers, and he's still trying to access his powers to become the new Q Red, I think it's called QO Red, I believe. But what is awesome about this is he gets a different type of look, and he becomes King Q Red. I believe that's what his name is. I probably butchered it. And basically, it's a combination of the carnival mode from Q-Oger and the design of the armor from Ryan. You can go ahead and say it.
What?
The armor. Where's the armor from? King Oger.
King Oger? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I thought you already said that.
Yeah. So Q-Oger, and then King Q. The Q-Oger or Q-Oger? I think it's Q-Oger, I believe. Can't remember, but it's Q-Oger. Might be Kyogre. Yeah, Kyogre. And designed with King Oger, which is awesome. I like how they did that little combination. And this is his official form, his ranger form in there. And also, what he uses to turn into this character, as we know, in the past, they've used the Gab Revolver. This time, he actually uses the Saber, which is right here. And then on the back, it says King Oger. And when he clicks it, it reveals the beetle right there on there. And then he puts it in there. And Ryan, what do you remember of Kyogre and everything, of what you've seen? Because you remember they would dance to samba music?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's cool that they've made the sword as his way of transforming and stuff. Because I mean, isn't like the theme with King Ogres, they got swords?
Yes.
So it's like their upgrade was like, here's your sword, and we've got you a weren't they crystals?
They
Or
were batteries.
changers?
Yeah,
Okay,
batteries,
yeah, and
chargers.
since like you said, they've got the beetle on it, so I think it's pretty cool.
And I think it's kind of funny that they actually upgraded his in Power Rangers Dino Charge and Supercharge, it's called the Dino Saber. But they upgraded his saber, and the blue one did, in order to, so it's pretty cool of how they designed this. And I love this one that's coming up right here. In this week's episode, which, if you guys look right here, this is the I think this is God King Oger, which has all 20 of the mechas into one, and the castle, if you remember, that's an actual robot in there. So that was pretty cool, and I like that his Megazord is able to combine with the other Zords as well right here, if you look. So I like that upgrade. And they actually did release this. I think they have the deluxe version. You can actually a re-release of the Zord, of where you can actually combine it with the Zords that you see in this episode. So this is episode, I think this is episode 31. No, 33, I think, that the Megazord premieres in. And I've been liking King Oger for quite some time. It's been really good. I did think it was interesting that they had like a crossover with King Oger. Not King Oger, Q Oger. Q Oger, I think it was Q Oger. It's hard to pronounce these names, so sorry if I'm butchering them, guys. Let's just call it the Japanese version of Dino Charge and Supercharge. There you go.
That works.
So what do you think of this right here, man? With the Megazord, with the Ultra Zord and the Megazord?
The Megazord thing is cool. Like, it took me a bit to realize that he has arms, when the arms in the previous one were his teammates. So now he has either built-in arms, or it's something that they've linked and upgraded to. I kind of like to see how they would do that.
Well, it's funny because I think those were his feet.
Oh.
And they add the hands to it too, and I'm like, okay, that's a big upgrade compared to what we were used to, because they would always have the Dino Charge Megazord Tricera formation, which was awesome. I love that. So, with that said, guys, this is pretty much the news that we have so far with the Super Sentai Zone. I have some other stuff to talk about with the Super Sentai Zone, but that's going to be the next episode of OR4. So keep an eye out for that. Just, still trying to figure out what to talk about. It's kind of hard to talk about anything when, thing has been passed and everything. So we'll just test it. Oh, here's Rip. Let's hope this works.
Maybe.
All right.
So internet provider is going to come out Saturday to take a look at what's going on.
Well, that's good. So
I'm using my phone right now, so I have no images.
Okay, so you can't see what we're looking at.
No.
Oh, damn. Okay. But
Should I
anyway,
describe it to you?
yeah.
Sure.
So we're talking about last week's episode.
King
We're in the
Oger's
Super
Ultrazord.
Yeah, we're in the Super Sentai zone,
Yeah.
part of the topic, and we're talking about the crossover with King
So part
Oger.
one of it.
Yes. King
Okay.
Oger and
So
Q
you're not
Oger.
talking about what aired today. Okay.
Well, we're saying that what's going to be airing, because right now in this image you see the Ultras, their God. Well, you don't see it. Sorry, God King Oger.
Yeah.
If you want, oh well, you can't. You no longer have to. Never mind. So God King Oger and the Q. I can't remember what the character the Dino Charge Megazord that combines the other Q Oger Zords into the new thing. But so Rick, you've seen the first part, right?
Yes, I've seen actually the second part as well.
Yeah, I still have to watch the second part at some point. But what do you think? What do you think of it?
The second part is actually a lot better. But no, it's definitely interesting, because it's so that if those other two took over, that other empire took over as long ago as they did,
Mm-hmm.
the last couple Sentai series have to be a different universe.
Oh yeah, because
I mean,
their
Zenkai
universe
pretty much set itself up as a alternate universe, and Dawn Brothers really did feel like another universe. So,
yeah. But I do think it's very interesting of what they've done with everything in this. It's awesome. But we're going to talk about the next thing on the Super Sentai Zone. We're going to talk about the trademark of the next Sentai season series that's coming out in 2024. That's the 48th Sentai.
yes.
Yeah, that is. Okay.
Zenkai was 45, Dawn Brothers was 46, King Oger is 47.
I find it kind of funny though that
Von
Dawn Brothers.
Boon, Ranger.
Yeah, let's get to that. But wait, hold on a second. I find it very funny that Dawn Brothers was the 46th season, and yet they use the gears that they have the power to transform into past Sentai.
Yes, because it's
gears.
literally continuation of Zenkai. Well,
Go ahead.
maybe not a continuation, not a sequel, but loosely based off of continuation.
Yeah, I mean they had a gun blast, a gun again, and everything.
Yeah,
and
all the fact that Zenkaiger himself was there, just an alternate version.
Zenkaiser Black, I think it was.
Yeah,
Black Zenkai. Well, anyway,
the true hero.
Here is the title for the next season, which is Rick. I know you can't see this, but what is the? You remember what the title was?
Bon Boonger or Boom Bonger.
Boom Bonger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom Bonger. Boca Sentai Boom Bonger. And what we've been hearing about this season of Super Sentai is that it's going to be vehicle based.
Well, I've seen vehicle base. I've seen essentially like maybe something explosion. So it could be like construction vehicles or something. But I also saw someone who's like, well, maybe it's ghost themed.
Didn't they say that about Go Busters?
Yes.
I remember that. A lot of people are like, oh, it's going to be ghost themed. Nope, spies.
Yeah.
Special ops.
But
freaking away.
Here's something for you. I'm not going to spoil anything for part 2, the King Oger Kruger crossover, except I'm going to tell you the castle has a secret.
I'll have to see what that is. Probably won't be. I don't know if it's up on kissasian.com yet. Yes, that's the site I watch it on. Probably be on Monday. I'll probably watch that Monday. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Ryan, what do you think? Do you think this is going to be a vehicle-based themed Sentai?
I'm just thinking Bomberman.
Bomberman?
That's the only thing I could think of. I mean, we haven't really had a vehicle one in like a long time. I mean, if you want to count Go Buster or Beast Morphers, I guess you'd say Go Buster.
Yeah.
Well,
Sure.
the thing is, Karamiger was the last one that was vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about
which
that one
was
too.
44. Technically, I guess in a way you could say a little bit of Zenkaiger because of the fact that Blue was basically the Operation Overdrive Megazord.
Mm-hmm.
Although that the team wasn't based on vehicles, so
Those
all those
robots and
Zords are
everything.
technically vehicles in itself. So
I just find it funny that you said Bomberman. Isn't that what Mega Man's known as?
Bomberman.
No.
Oh,
No,
that's something
Bomberman is
else.
completely different.
Okay.
No,
I thought-
Mega Man is
only-
Rockman,
Rockman. Thank you.
I
But-
think.
You know, once
I'm
more
pretty
than
sure
likely,
it's Rockman.
once we get more information on this, we'll definitely be talking about this. More likely, we'll probably get some more information on it in maybe late December, early January, some point. But who knows what's going to be talked, what's going to happen? We don't know. But I think it's going to be an interesting. At least we're still getting sent Super Sentai. That's really good.
Yeah.
But like I said, guys, I'm trying to collect as much stuff to talk about from the Super Sentai, for the Super Sentai Zone topic. The reason why I didn't put any merchandise on here for it is because a lot of the merchandise has already been pre-closed on Tokyo Topics. Like I said, I'm having my co-host and friends right here help me figure out topics to talk about from either the Super Sentai Zone, or anything at this point, because it's just kind of hard to find something to talk about when we've already discussed a lot of stuff. So getting to the end of this year, it's kind of hard to talk about stuff, So, but now we got some Power Ranger merch from third-party websites and everything. Let's get into that. So, guys, if you know, as you know, this month, at the end of this month is Halloween, and we all know that we love to dress up as superheroes, or zombies, or even Power Rangers. So these are like $100 and something. So yeah, they're pretty. I've got to admit, the design of the suit looks awesome. And I did put the link in the description below so you guys can order this costume. This is the Green Ranger. I do like the design of this, the suit, the shield, the helmet. All right, not bad. And I notice he's holding the Lightning Collection Dragon Dagger. And it's funny because the sheath that the Dragon Dagger goes in, I don't know if you can actually put that in there. I mean, you think you would be able to if it's just for, show, you know what I mean? But I don't know. But Rick, you can't see what I'm looking at. Yeah, no pictures. But yeah, I mean, you've seen.
No, I got Bakuage Sentai Bon Boomger image up on my computer right now.
Oh, okay. Are you watching?
Baku that is making people think it's Ghost.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, that's weird. But anyway, you've seen this picture,
Well,
though.
it's because of being on my hotspot.
Yeah. Now, you've seen the authentic costumes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think this, let me look up the website real quick. I'm going to go and click on the link while I'm here. Authentic Power Ranger costumes. Let's see. So yeah, whew. These are exclusively to fun.com. You can also get it on Amazon, Halloween costume store, but I went for fun.com so you guys can get it there.
What's it called? Fun.com?
Yes. And
FUN.com?
Yes. You have to go to, but I would say go to our YouTube, and it's in the link, so you'll just take you directly there. Go to our YouTube, the episode that we're on right now for this. You got to click on the description, and it'll just click on it, and you'll see all both of them. So, right here, the price for the Green Ranger ranges around $169.99 and $199. $199.99.
Finally switched over to the Green Ranger costume.
So let's see. Yeah, so if you guys are looking to get, ooh, man, they only have an extra large in there. They're not going to have my size. I'm kind of big. Use size cut chart.
That belt is built in, isn't it?
More than likely, yes. I don't know.
Because the morpher part doesn't look like it sticks out, like it's like a plastic attachment, like the old school ones we grew up with.
Oh, yeah. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. Yeah. I mean, I'll give them this. At least this looks a lot better than the morph suits. 10 times better.
Yeah.
The putties are fine with the morph suits. I don't care about the putties. The putties work perfectly. You just have to get a latex mask or something, or design it and then just add it to the putty suit, you know? But it's not bad. The price, I would not go for the price because it's just way too much.
Mm-mm.
And then let's go to the next one. Go to the next image. But not only do you have to worry if you want to be the Green Ranger, or I like the Dragon Shield on it. You can be the Green Ranger or the Red Ranger, which this is also a third party and also partnered with Hasbro. So I love. I mean, if you don't want to have to worry about using the helmet that it comes with, because the helmet fully goes around your head. It's not like the masks we used to have.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, I have one of those helmets. I just don't have the costume.
If you want, you could use your Lightning Collection helmet for the Red Ranger. So if you have it, if you have the Lightning Collection, the Red Lightning Collection helmet, then you're good. But you might have to do some few modifications on this suit. But either way, it's still cool. The Red Ranger is around $109.99, which probably includes tax and all that stuff. And then you've got up to $129.99. Like I said, guys, if you want to get these and you want to order them, I would definitely try to get them in now. They only go up to from small, medium, large, and extra large. If you're like plus size or a bigger size, like me and Rick, you might as well just try to find a cosplayer person to make a suit for you. So, but before we move on to the rest of this topic, Ryan, what do you think of the Red Ranger and Green Ranger Halloween costume?
Not for that price.
Yeah. Rick, go ahead.
I mean, the images are actually coming up right now, and the Red Ranger does look good. The Green Ranger looks like they could have added a little more work into like the Dragon Shield.
Yeah.
But I mean, if they were like $60, $70, it would be amazing.
Yeah.
At the price that they want for these, hard pass.
Yeah.
Give me a weapon with it.
I mean, the cool thing is, if you want, I mean, I don't know if they can put them in the holsters or not, because it doesn't. I mean, I've seen pictures of them, with the person with the helmet off, and promotional pictures. and I saw him holding the power sword, and then, you know, I mean, heck, you can put your freaking Legacy Blade Blaster in there, maybe. I don't know. But
They could have made
guys,
a
if you're
cheaper
interested,
Blade Blaster that would fit in a
if you
holster.
are interested in getting this, click on the link in the description. In the description under this episode. So hopefully you can get it shipped to you before Halloween, because the reason why I did this for this episode, because Halloween is like 3 weeks away, around there, right? At least almost 3
Yeah.
weeks.
About 3.
What is today? The 15th.
15.
So
Okay.
about 2.5.
About.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you guys get this now, I'm sure it'll get there. You'll get it before. Hopefully, you'll get it before Halloween. You'll be good. So next up in the Power Rangers merch from Fun.com, we got some customized sneakers right here, which look really cool. You got the Black Ranger, you got the Yellow Ranger, you got the Pink Ranger, you got the Green Ranger, the Blue Ranger, and the Red Ranger. Now let me go ahead and click on how much these cost on the website, and that's in the description as well. So let's see, the Green Ranger sneakers range from is let's see, $39.99 to $49.99. Because it's a Green Ranger, of course, it's gonna be. But the rest of the sneakers are $39.99. So I do like, and this is on Fun.com. I don't know if they sell it on HalloweenCostume.com. I don't know why they would, because it's not a Halloween costume, it's just shoes. But they're pretty cool. I mean, I like them. They're not bad looking.
Nice. Question is, do they have my size?
That is a good question.
They do not.
You didn't look at the size.
They have physical size, but they don't have the wide. And if I can't get the wide, we got issues.
Let's see. They have a 10 size. It's not. Let's see, size chart.
Yeah.
Toe wide.
My problem is I have to have wide. And even then, that's still not wide enough.
Did you see the toe wide and everything on there? The size chart, it's right next there. You have to click on that, go there. But anyway, I mean, I don't know. Before we get on to the next part of this topic, Ryan, what do you think of these sneakers, man?
It seemed pretty interesting to have. I mean, unless if there's like, I could just be one of those weird people. Like, unless if there's like something like that stands out more on the green. I don't know why the green's a little bit more than all the other colors. I know it's Tommy and all, but
that's the reason.
Unless it was signed by him.
I mean, the thing is,
yeah, that size chart literally confirmed it is too small for my foot for the toe width.
I think with my thing is, it's like, I don't know if I would want to wear these. Because it'll be hard not to wear them, and then, you don't want to get them all dirty and everything. It's like when somebody gets a new pair of Jordans. You don't want to walk out.
The only time, if you see a person wearing a pair of Jordans at a work site that, is like construction or something, those Jordans were not purchased by them. Or they were not purchased using their own money. Because I guarantee if you pay for a pair of Jordans, you're not wearing them to a construction site to work 8 hours, 10 hours in the mud.
So, next up
you
on
pay for
this
them yourself.
Power Rangers topic, Power Rangers merch, we got some more stuff in this.
Unless they're like
slipper
28,000 years old, but even then, they could be worth more money.
If you guys like slippers, well, these are for you. Megazord slippers. I like that. And these are actually reasonable price, $24.99, and they go from large to extra large. I actually like them. Those would be pretty cool to wear around the house. I mean, they're
Yeah.
I don't know, Ryan. Could you imagine you walking around with these things on your house?
I would wear them on one condition.
Okay.
You give me a pair of pants. One side is the Triceratops, one is the saber-toothed tiger. I've got a hoodie that is the Megazord body with the arm sleeves, and I got a hood that could zip over my head that has the Megazord head, and each slipper is a Triceratops and a saber-toothed tiger. Only way I wear them.
Unfortunately, these are just the Megazord.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
You know what, Hasbro, get on that. You know that people would buy it.
Yes.
Like,
full out Megazord fleece stuff. Kind of like oh God, what were those? The Snuggies?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Something like that. Come on, Hasbro.
Megazord Snuggie. Megazord Snuggie.
That would be sweet. I'd wear them.
Oh my God. And then the pillow, and a pillow can be included as the power sword.
Mm-hmm.
Yes!
I was about to say that. I was about to say that.
Pillow. One of those like anime hug pillows or
Hasbro,
something like that.
hire me.
Like hug pillows, and then
You don't even need to pay to relocate me. I'll join every
God.
meeting via cam.
That's freaking hilarious, though. But anyway, that would be under the Power Ranger sneakers in the description. Have the link there. It's on fun.com, guys. If you want to get these, the
They have a
sneakers.
$25 fleece blanket as well on here that has the Rangers and the Megazord in the background.
And
So
if you guys,
definitely
and guys, if you want to order this stuff, go to the website. You can always look up more Power Ranger items. Yeah.
They have the Lightning Collection weapons on here too.
Oh, yeah.
The daggers, the lance, the sword.
It makes sense though, because Hasbro is able
They
to
have
do
some
that.
Lightning Collection on here too in terms of figures.
So that's pretty much it for the Power Rangers.
Ooh, they have
topic.
the Tiki's individual.
So, what is the door? Why is the doorbell going off?
That's not a doorbell.
What is that?
A grandfather clock.
Oh. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, that's right, because your grandfather's not there this week.
Correct.
I forgot about that. Your grandfather.
Which is why I was trying to get a closer connection to the internet.
Yeah, well, apparently they just said no go on you, no go for you.
Hey, I had no problems throughout the day. I've literally been watching Hulu.
Hulu?
All day. Well, except for like 5 hours when I wasn't home. I was over my stepmom's watching the Bengals, but which they won.
So now, guys, we are getting to the next topic. And this is going to have to do, we're going to have to show this video clip for this topic. So give me one sec.
Okay, well.
Here we go. I can find it on here. I am so prepared on this, aren't I? And I think this is the one right here.
The internet just has issues with streaming.
Here we go.
Morphin' time!
That's right, guys. Hasbro is teaming up with a fitness site for tracksuits and everything, Super X. And this was the first announcement of these ones right here, the red, green, and black. Unfortunately, the green, red, and black Ranger are sold out. Wait, I'm going to the wrong site. That is in the description, though, the Super X and everything. You guys want to check it out, maybe they'll get them back in, but I'm not saying that's going to happen. So if you were to get like the set with the all of them, I don't think they have the set on here anymore. So the black so the pullovers, like the hoods and everything, are $119, and then the joggers are $99. You're looking at paying a lot of money for this stuff. But if you were to get the set originally, they would have been around $214, I believe. $214.99.
1X.
Unfortunately, these are sold out. I'm not going to be able to get these. I just wanted to show these off right here so you guys get a chance to look at it. If you guys got them, great. But, yeah, for that price, no.
Yeah, I was just looking at the price for the morph suits. And apparently the large and the 1X are more expensive than the 2X. But those jog suits look nice.
Yeah. Fortunately, I don't understand why they did not include the Dragon Shield on there. That would have been cool.
Yes.
They have the armbands.
They expect you to get your own Dragon Shield.
Sold separately.
You only get that once you become a fitness master.
So, but guys, you can't have the red, green, and black Ranger without the other three teammates.
Morphin' time!
So this went up last Friday on the 13th. You got the pink, yellow, and blue Ranger tracksuits. These are still available for pre-sale. So guys, if you were interested in getting those, I would definitely get those right away before they sell out. Because once they're gone, they're gone.
And if you're crazy enough to order one of each of the other three, you got three more to order. And wouldn't be surprised if they decide to do White Ranger in the future.
Oh, I'm sure they're going to be working on that at some point. So apparently,
unfortunately, it probably also will not include his shield.
Probably. So like I said, this is Super X. It's funny because you can get the collector's bundle that includes the pullovers for red, pink, and yellow, and the joggers for red. No, sorry, I got that wrong.
Blue.
For blue, pink, and yellow, and then the joggers for blue, pink, and yellow. And if you're looking to spend $629.99 for all three of these, I don't know. Yeah. But Ryan, let me go to you about this. What do you think of them?
That's your decision. Best of luck. And if you have a wife, you better be giving her one of these.
Right. So anyway, let me
she's into that
get
stuff.
to Ryan.
If you're spending that kind of money, she's going to want one.
Anyway, so what do you think of just?
If you're not married, get married so you have the money.
I said Ryan. Ryan, let Ryan talk. Your turn
I'm still
in a
trying to
minute.
think. I remember when they came out with the hoodies that they had all those years ago, and those are
Oh
you know,
yeah,
those were decent. I mean, because
power hoodies?
I think they even had the emblems on the chest. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Those were pretty nice, and I mean I've seen like Facebook ads for third party ones that are, they're not track suits, but those I really even if I had the money, I don't think I'd be spending that much money for all that.
Let's put it this way: would you be like literally wearing these around?
Probably my days off.
That's
about it.
Let me go to Rick. Rick, what do you think of all these the track suits and everything?
I mean, they're neat looking, but you said that the 3 of these are like $600.
If you get the bundle, then yeah.
So they're what, 200 a piece? Okay, yeah.
Well, if you were to get them individually, instead of them as like a bundle or a set, it would be $214.99 for the complete set of whatever Ranger color you get.
Yeah, no. No.
If it was $600 for all 6 track suits, maybe.
That would
maybe.
That would be still a pretty penny, but you'd at least get all 6.
Yeah.
And I'd be crazy enough to get them all in my size. See, I don't have one of them girlfriends or wives that would be like, give me one of these. So they'd have to get worn sometime.
I would probably say pass on these because it's just it wouldn't. Hey, going to work out. Hey, what's up? Oh yeah, I get a date. Yeah.
Oh no! If I got these, it would be my weekly wear for work, especially during the winter.
The pink.
I can't hear you.
He cut out.
You ordered them right.
Oh, I'm glad it wasn't just me.
No, he cut out.
We have no idea what you said, Nate.
Nope. I think they died.
Probably. Or at least they're low battery.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. For some reason,
Or they just started ignoring Nate's voice.
I think it's because, they cut out after a while. But anyway, so, but like I said, guys, if you're interested, in the description, in the website, the links in the description below, if you guys are interested. So, but yeah, guys, as you know, next month is Ranger Stop, and we do have 2 guests sponsored by Ranger International sponsors. And Rick, I think you know who I'm going to be talking about before we get into this. And Ryan, I think you know who I'm going to talk about too. So
we talked about earlier.
I don't know if we talked about it earlier, but no, this is not. That was last week. Talking about Ranger Stop. So guys, here is one. Company that was supposed to be at PMC last year, but had to cancel for some reason. For the guest announcement, we have James McLaurin, Mac, Operation Overdrive Red. He will be at Ranger Stop at the SeaWorld DoubleTree Orlando, November 10th through the 12th. Guys, if you want to get a chance to meet Operation Overdrive Red, definitely stop by and say hi to the guy. I think I can try to get that script signed. Finally.
Now, the next guest we're going to talk about. We've talked about this plenty of times.
And this time, no cancellation.
Yeah. He had to cancel Ranger Stop last year. He had to cancel PMC last year. And guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I've already seen some comments, or something or other, about this individual. I want to say this right now. Knock it off. If you're going to go up to his table and cause problems, I hope you get kicked out, because he's already stated what happened at PMC, the first PMC. Just, everybody's got their opinion on this guy, but I'm going to say this right now, guys, just knock it off with the jokes, okay? If you don't want to see him, just tiptoe past his, it's not that hard. Just tiptoe past this thing. You know what I mean? Is that hard? So, Samuel Bento, the Will Ashton, the Black Overdrive Ranger. He will be at Ranger Stop this year, so it'll be cool to see him. Like I said, I'm hoping that nobody gives him any problems. Because, this happened 14, 15 years ago. And, he actually finally came out on a video saying what happened.
He gave his side, and
Yep.
It makes sense.
I mean, believe it or not, you can either choose to believe it or just you don't have to go up to his table. I'm looking forward to seeing the guy. It's gonna be great. He's also hosting a after party after the VIP party with Walter Jones. So more likely, and it's for everybody, open to any audience. It's not just for
Believers.
Yep. Well, it's not just for
Swifties.
VIPs. It's for everybody that wants to go. And he's going to be performing a new song dedicated to Operation Overdrive, and Walter Jones will be there too. So it's going to be very interesting. I look forward to that. Let me go to Ryan. Ryan, what do you think of these two guest announcements?
I mean, I like it when you got cast members from the same seasons there, so at least you can start your collection or finish your collection if you got them. I mean, that's great that he's able to come back, and hopefully that's not the last time he makes. Hopefully he's able to make more appearances.
Yeah, and let me say this: it's interesting because they're not the only Disney era that's going to be there. Because you're going to have the Disney era. You're going to have the Thunder Bros or the Moto Bros, Crimson, the guy that played Hunter, and the guy that played Blake from Power Rangers Ninja Storm. The Moto Bros, or you want to call them that. So they're going to be there as well, Jorgito and Adam. So you'll have 4 cast members from the Disney era. So that's going to be pretty cool. So I like how they're going to have a lot of different eras from all out of Power Rangers. Consider this is the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers itself. And what a way to celebrate it than having 4 different eras of Power Rangers at this convention. I mean, you've got the Saban era, you got the Disney era, you got the Neo Saban era, you got the Hasbro era. It's perfect to celebrate, and I'm looking forward to seeing that, and how I'm looking forward to Ranger Stop next month. It's going to be a great time. Rick, what do you think?
I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and like I said, guys, suspense of what happened at PMC, the first PMC. I wasn't there. Rick wasn't there. I mean, Rick didn't even know. I mean, Rick, you didn't even know that PMC existed.
Yeah, I didn't know PMC existed until what, 2014?
Well, I told you about it in 2012 because that was your first. I remember when we were in the line, I was talking about it. Like, what is PMC? I'm like, Power Morphicon. It's the official Power Ranger convention.
No, don't remember you mentioning that then.
Yeah, but it's funny though because it's great. I mean, I just think that, you know, we all, you know, whatever happened. I mean, I can explain this. I mean, it's been already talked about, but I'm gonna go ahead and just explain this. Ryan, you probably have heard the story.
Yeah, I've heard it.
So just, you know, and the funny thing is, when I was at PMC last year, I brought it up to Caitlin and Rhoda, his two castmates, and they didn't know anything about that. And they were at the first PMC, the very first PMC. That was a Make-A-Wish type of thing. And they had no idea anything about that. They didn't hear about. And I'm like,
well, that's because there was never. I don't think there was actually an investigation. They just said, he's the last one we know had access to it, so we'll blame him. And
so,
and they just never said anything other than that. It spread in the fan base, but
this is
the
what
U.S. fan base.
I'm going to do a brief thing on this. So what it was is that they were saying that he wanted a banner, one of the banners for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and they said, no, you can't have one of them, supposedly. And, you know, they said that somebody said that he stole it from that convention, from PMC, which was meant to be donated, for charity and go towards Make-A-Wish and all that stuff. So ever since then, he was branded a thief, a lowlife, and everything. Never ever to be invited back to any convention whatsoever. Nothing. He was branded a lowlife in the Power Ranger fandom just because of being accused of something that was, you know, taken out of proportion. They didn't know what the actual that thing was. So his story,
apparently, no one thought to pick up a phone.
Yeah. So, but his story, he didn't talk about this. Nobody asked him about it. Which, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't want to bring that up to him because it's kind of an awkward situation, you know, talking about something that being accused of when, you know what I mean? It's kind of awkward. You know, you don't go to the person, so, hey, you saw that banner? You know, you don't bring that up. So anyway.
Well, apparently someone had to in order to get him to finally speak out about it because he's I didn't know about it.
So anyway, he was told, like, you know, he wanted to finally talk about it because the thing is nobody ever asked him about it. He said that because you noticed that one of the volunteers or one of the people that were working there was trying to get a lot of autographs from the cast, from everybody that was at PMC to get it signed and everything. And he said, hey, listen, I know you're working hard and everything. Is there anything I can do to help? I can take the banner and get it signed by every cast member. Because, you know, I just go around, get it signed. So that way you can take care of whatever's going on here because, you know, so that way. And he offered to do that. So he, what he did was he said that when he went to the green room, he brought it with him. So that way, you know, not worrying about, you know, fans taking it. But apparently fans, like the break room, the green room, for actors to relax and everything, taking a break. Apparently, they let fans in there, which I think is odd. They would do that, considering that's where the celebrities are, and they shouldn't have done that in the first place. And apparently, he left it there, and then he went off to get some drinks with his castmates. And when he came back, the banner was gone. So right then and there, somebody literally accused him of stealing it. So that the person that he helped out obviously didn't say anything, saying, I don't remember that. You know, I never said that, you know, take it or something like that. So basically he was accused of stealing the banner. But the fact is, honestly,
he was accused because he was the last person that had
Yeah, exactly. Honestly,
had it.
wouldn't have kept that banner out of my sight, in my opinion. I'm not bashing Samuel and his good intentions. I would have made sure that thing was with me. You know, I would have not let that out of my sight, especially if it had signatures on it. And so, but it's a shame, guys. Like I said, just, don't bring up the banner. Because, I mean, and, I know a lot of people are just like, oh, why is he going to be there? Blah, blah, blah. Because he deserves to be there. He's allowed to be there. I mean, that's like saying, why is Ryan going to be at this event? Why is he here? Why was he invited to this party? Why was Rick invited to this? Why is he here? Why is Nate there? Why are you here? Oh man, who invited you? Blah blah blah. Nobody likes you. It's like saying stuff like that.
If one person like that is going to prevent you from going somewhere like that, then that's kind of pretty shitty, because that's not the only person there. Like you've already said like a million times over, you don't have to go to his booth. You could walk right past. He's not the only one there. One person shouldn't prevent you from going to it unless if they have ill will towards you directly, or if they come off as a complete and utter jackass.
The fact is just, guys, these actors deserve respect. I mean, are some of the actors perfect? No, they're not perfect. None of the actors are perfect. But the fact is, it's like, they're coming out of their way to see us and everything. Just show them respect. Have a good time at Ranger Stop. But like I said, guys, the information, excuse me, for tickets and hotel is in the description. Links in the description. Click on that for more information on Ranger Stop so you guys can get a chance to go to this. Me and Rick are really looking forward to this. We've got our hotel, we've got our flight, we've got our car rental. So we're all set. So yeah, it's going to be
driven, but whatever.
But it's going to be a great time. I wish Ryan would be able to go with us, but money.
Yeah, his wife wouldn't let us kidnap him.
No. Well, no.
I like that reaction. No. Well, maybe no. Or how about no?
You see, she'd let us take him, but she would make sure he didn't have access to money. That way the bills keep getting paid.
Yep.
And therefore, she's preventing us from kidnapping him.
If bills were paid for, we didn't have to worry about a damn thing, I would. But
yeah. Money, guys, money. And like I said, guys, when you go to these conventions, guys, Ranger Stop. Here's my advice on conventions, guys. Like I've said before.
Money.
Exactly.
Save.
Yeah, make sure you guys already booked your hotels. No, make sure you booked your flight. Make sure you have your hotel ready, and make sure you don't forget your pass, because you're not getting in there if you don't have a pass. And also make sure you have money for food, souvenirs, autographs, and pictures. Because no matter what, when you're going to these things,
or have money for toys.
They can tell you. When we went to last month, when we went to the expo, I only got certain stuff.
I only went like $60, $70 over my budget.
4 times as much as I was planning on not paying for.
It was funny because right when we went to I have Rick, and like I said, we went over to the where the food place was, one of the food places, and I see Ryan with his bag full of stuff for his kids and his wife, which is my best friend Christy, and I became friends with Ryan through Christy. And so, yeah, I'm like this. I'm like, well, so much for not buying something, huh? I probably won't get anything. I'll just probably look around. I'm like yeah. He's like this. Well, look what I found. I'm like,
If they didn't say anything about like, oh, we don't take cards, we take cash only, I would have been fine. But they're like, oh, we take cards. I'm like, here, take it.
you're probably like this. You're like, oh, I forgot it. Damn.
Oh no, like it would have been fine, but like 2 out of 3 of the places, they're like, hey, you want to come see what I got? I'm like, sure. And then you're like, all right, I'm interested in this. I'm interested in that. And then I saw one thing. I'm like, do you have this? How much is that? They're like, it's this much. I'm like, here's my card. Just take it.
Just take it before I change my freaking mind. Take it.
And half the comics, I mean, the one set of comics I just finished, they were, I mean, woo, pretty brutal, but they were good.
I wanted to take you to meet Karen Ashley, but, her line was already, and just, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, it's fun to do these things. It's always good to go to these type of things. I mean, the thing is, at the end, I'm like, nope, not gonna spend any more money. I'm gonna go ahead and go around and just get pictures with cosplayers. Ryan would tell you, because I was like literally walking around, and I'm like, I only have this many pictures of my freaking. I have all the pictures that were not included in the album, or basically duplicates. I just put it on my file. And then my Facebook, and I'm just thinking to myself, my iCloud in my cloud. And Ryan's like, "Didn't we just go this way or something like that?" I'm like, yeah, "Dude, I'm trying to get pictures with cosplayers and stuff like that." This thing is, at least when I have a good amount of stuff on my page, just to show. And but yeah, it's a fun experience when you go to these conventions or an expo. It's great. It's a lot of fun. Just gotta make sure you have the money for it. Anyway, we're going to move on to our final topic, which is the Power Rangers, Power Rangers Cosmic Fury episode rates. And we are going to be rating episode 3 of Cosmic Fury, which is titled Off Grid. So this literally, like every episode leads off from each other right into the next episode. They connect no other. It's crazy. And they found themselves on a planet called Eridus, an uninhabited planet, but still the gravity and the air is still breathable like they're on Earth.
So it's the farthest habitable, uninhabited planet.
Yes. And that's where they were.
Yeah,
that's where
that was still alive.
Yeah. And it's funny because, that was the only one-time teleportation they were able to use it. The base that was underneath Dino Henge is now on this planet. And here's Javi. He's trying to get he's still having problems with his cybernetic prosthetic arm. And he ends up breaking the guitar strings. And, he's not, at that point, when you're going through something like that, you don't want pity. You don't want to, people feeling sorry for you. So Billy comes over and he helps him out. He says, I'll give it a go. I'll string it for you. And just let me know if it's in tune. And I'm thinking to myself, that's pretty impressive. Billy knows how to string a guitar. He's going to give it a chance.
Kimberly showed him.
But it's really cool, though, because you actually get a good outline of the base itself. And because, they were always in, like, the command center part of the base. And then, in this season, they have, like, a lot of different rooms and everything.
Yeah, you actually get to see the base is more than just the command center.
Mm-hmm. And in this scene, yeah. So they're trying to clean out this one spot. And I don't know if it's Billy's quarters or something in the base.
Billy's.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Solon's hoarder room, essentially. And it's being converted to Billy's room.
And so they're trying to find a way to get. Well, first off, they're trying to find a way to get back in contact, and whatchamacallit, Ion's going through a lot because he lost his best friend. His best friend just came back, and he loses his friend again. So this scene, we see Izzy and Fern looking through a bunch of the stuff, and they find these plans where Solon was planning to convert the base into a spaceship. So yeah, and then they have lack of clothes, so they're able to, they have a certain amount of clothes, but not much. And during this scene, they're about to kiss. Then interrupted by Ion banging freaking pots and pans and looking for stuff to make. And I'm like, okay, well, way to ruin a perfect moment in this scene. What else do you remember in this episode, Ryan?
The desert scene reminded me of them dealing with the Ninjetti powers in the original Mighty Morphin.
Oh,
but without them actually having to find their powers, they were trying to get a signal.
Yeah. And so, Fern, Rick, what do you remember of this episode?
I know they when they go set up the antenna, Ion finds ingredients for food, encounters a worm. That worm turns into a monster.
A scuttle worm.
Yeah.
Those things are funny.
And then
a baby scuttle worm.
In order to protect the antenna, Ion uses the food he's made.
We're not there yet.
Oh.
So what happens is they take it back to the base. They do everything. Because, first off, whatchamacallit, Javi knocks they're able to still fight and but the thing is, Javi uses his freaking prosthetic robotic arm, bam, knocks the freaking scuttle worm to wherever, and so they get back to the base. Billy's still doing some research on the Morphin Master staff, and he's holding up one of the keys, which is which key was that?
Terrafreeze
key, because it acts as a conduit to the morphing grid. So he tries to look for something to make a type of conductor thing to use to see if maybe getting them powers, from connecting the morphing grid. And then so Ion's still dealing with stuff because Zato is missing. Amelia comes in, there for him, trying to help him out, and then we see that he's making some type of stew. I don't mind stew. Stew's fine, but when I saw him open that pot, I'm like, I would not eat that. I don't know what you're eating, like freaking random ingredients from an alien planet.
Yes.
Well, it almost makes you forget that Amelia is also a Rafcon. So when she says it's good, you're like, what the hell? And then you realize that she's also
Rafconian, yeah. And you just, let me ask you, Ryan, what did you think about that scene when he opens up the pots and you see all this? I'm not going to go here. Can I try some?
That's what I said when the first time I watched it was she's taking a sip of it. Like maybe she's just being nice, and then you realize she's also the same as him. So I'm like, okay, well that makes sense. So but like, I swear I thought I saw like usually when you see that weird alien stew, you always see like a tentacle or something. I thought I saw that. So then when I went back and rewatched it, you don't really see anything. It's just a different color. Sort of, and she doesn't even really taste it. She just like tastes like a bit of the liquid, like, oh, this is
the
good.
juice,
Like,
juice or something of it, and I'm like,
there's
I mean,
other
this-
shit in it.
let's be honest. Would you actually eat that stew?
No.
He had to think about like, no, I don't think so. Oh, that's a question to ask Connor and Jordan. I'm like, so would you would you actually eat the stew that would you guys actually eat that stew? Because it's like I mean,
We
I don't
had
know.
to. We didn't have a choice. They trapped us on set until we did.
No. But anyway, so during the rest of that scene, then the Scuttleworm returns. They're able to still fight it off because they can still have access to their weapons, just not their powers anymore because their statues are destroyed.
Because somehow they still have access to weapons.
Well, it's weird, yeah, because you think after their statues are destroyed, their weapons would be gone too. But I guess it's just their powers, just not their weapons. Anyway, so during that scene, he's still wearing the apron, and when he went out there,
But I mean, that raises the question: if they can still access the Chrono Fury sabers, and they still have the Dino Fury keys, they may not be able to morph anymore because the 6 main statues are destroyed. But what's
they
to
could still
stop
use
them
it as
from
power
using
keys.
the keys to get the power ups?
they probably
Could you see Amelia wearing the Terra Freeze armor unmorphed?
I don't think they'd be able to access that because.
But yes, their Ranger powers are gone, but there weren't statues for each of the other Dino Fury keys, and therefore the power up should still work.
The only thing is they would only be able to use it if they had their suits, unfortunately. But
that's the only time they've ever used it. They never tried outside of their suits.
Maybe there's not enough juice for them to actually be activated. Like there's enough residual energy for them to make.
Even though they had the Terra Freeze keys.
Although they did use a few Dino Fury keys, a few of the Ranger keys outside their suits before in Dino Fury.
Well, yeah, some of them, but that was like the vision and or the hearing.
But they can do that. Why can't they use the others?
I don't know. What I'm saying is though, the reason why the Terra Freeze key was glowing was because the thing is the master staff has a connection to the morphing grid as a conduit. So that's why it had that ability. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So during that scene, he was wearing his apron and he threw it. He was like freaking playing like bullfighter with the Scuttleworm, and he threw it. And he like this, like it looks like that stew's going to taste amazing, Ion. And then he literally turns around, gives him a wink, and teleports away. He's like, please don't tell me that he just bailed on us right now.
Which is something else that they still have access to is teleportation.
Yeah.
But that's a different they've got their separate communicators because they don't have their wristwatch or their morphers on their wrist. It's just a teleporter and communicator.
Yeah, their comms. And anyway, what's really funny
access to their morpher as well.
Well, used to have that. They used to, that'll explain in the end of this episode because they don't explain that. But it's funny.
I mean, the Dino Fury morpher was accessible via the comm as well.
Yeah, but anyway, so what was funny was that when he teleported away and then he came back with an I don't know if it was an extra thing of stew because hopefully that wasn't their dinner. So then he rides off, and then the Scuttleworm is eating, and now they close the air vents that way they won't be able to smell the food anymore. And everything's all good. Well, first Hobby gets slimed. Yeah, well, don't you just hate that? So anyway, they go back to the base, and Amelia says this funny line, it just had the case of the rumbly tumblies. He's like, yeah, that's what Javi gets when he eats a lot of chili dogs. Billy comes in, says TMI. And then he explains that he's been working on this, I can't remember what it's called, but it's some sort of device that will access its power to the morphing grid, and he shows off there. He gives them all shows the 6 cosmic morphers or cosmic fury morphers, whatever you want to call it. It's more like cosmic morphers, and like what Rick was saying about but it connected to the morphers. Well, the reason why they can still teleport with those is because they did not need the morphers to teleport. They had the morphers were linked, compatible. They linked up to the comms. So they're the morphers linked up. The new morphers linked up to their comms and combined with them. So that's why they can actually still teleport without the morphers, because it has a connection to the comms and everything. So anyway, they access the morphing grid, manifest the morphing grid, and they get these new well, hold on a sec. Actually, no, I'm a little ahead of that. Sorry. This scene right here. Sorry. Let's go back a little bit. Lord Zed, Ollie went to his mom, pretending he was good, and they received a message from Mick about where Zato is. He's on a planet called Levina. So, anyway, now to the scene we're at. I skipped this whole scene. That was my fault. Sorry about that. So, like I said, Billy gives them their morphers, and they get these new orbs that work just like their dino keys to access the power. And what they got to do is, in order to put the orbs in there, they got to lift the hatch up, and so basically, put the orb, lift the hatch up, and they say it, cosmic orb, and it represents the color. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but. And, well, of course, Billy says the word, come on, it's morphin' time. And then he tells them to close the hatch. And they say, link to morphing grid. And they morph into the Cosmic Fury Rangers. Now, what was really cool about this is they also... got their they get their weapons too, which what Ryan, tell me about that scene right there if you can remember.
That they got their weapons.
Yeah, the weapons, and do you remember what the names were?
Tiger Claws. I think Ions was just the Moser Razor.
Mm-hmm.
Javi's was a Stego Spike, and then Amelia's was like the Anklo Hammer.
Yep.
That's right. But well, like I said, yeah, the Tiger Claw daggers, which was Izzy's, the Mosa Razor Blaster, and then the Stego Spike, and then the Anklo Hammer. And I like how Amelia, right then and there, Rick, what does she say before she takes off her helmet?
That's a very dark shade of pink.
And she's like, hold on, maybe it's the visor. Nope. Still red. And I like that they explain it of why she's the Red Ranger.
Well, they don't. They give a reason that they believe she became the Red Ranger.
Well,
but,
yeah.
But the Morphing Masters then just show up and say, you are now the Red Ranger because of this.
Oh, no, right. But what I'm saying is that it makes perfect sense because everything she's done up to that moment, ever since Zato was sucked into the cosmic portal, she was worried that that means Zato was gone and his powers somehow she was chosen to become the leader now. But that's not the case. The Morphing Grid saw something in her of being a leader and chose her to become the new Red Ranger of the team. So they receive a call from Mick because they haven't returned his message, and telling him that he's on Levena, Zato's on Levena, but also squid drills are on their way. And that's when they summon the Zords to head to Levena to find Zato. And this episode was a lot of fun. And it's interesting that episode 3 basically debuted their Cosmic Fury powers at the end of this episode. And I thought it was awesome. That was really good. They did a great job with it. Love that they use a lot of original footage. They don't rely on any. Thank you. A lot of Sentai footage and everything. It was a really great episode. Let me go to Ryan. Ryan, what do you think of this episode, and what would you rate it?
I agree. I do like how they ended it with them doing the morphine sequence. So it's not immediately like, let's go rush into stuff. It's like, good way of ending it. I'm staring at this photo of Amelia right now, and it looks like because of her visor with the lines on it, make it look like she's in like the emoji like happy face. It's weird looking.
I didn't notice that.
Like she's like, I'm happy to be the Red Ranger. I'd give it about a 9.
Okay. Okay. Rick, what about you, man? What do you think of this episode? And
the episode was great. However, because of the delay on my side, the image I have is Lord Zed just like laughing. Yes. So yeah. No, it was a good episode. I do like how it sets up for, next episode, which I guess we'll talk about next week, maybe. As long as Lord Zed doesn't conquer our planet before then. I do have to say, the person doing Lord Zed's voice this season is actually doing a decent job. He actually does seem menacing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's not Robert Axelrod.
Well, nobody can ever replace that.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah.
But, this guy is doing a good job.
Mm-hmm.
And I will give the episode a 9.
Okay. And like I said, I really enjoyed this episode from start to finish. And I like how they're still trying to figure out, even though they don't have their powers anymore until later, and because of they're still trying to figure things out. But it was, like I said, start to finish, it was great. And I like how they do explain, they give a reason why Amelia is the new leader of the team and the Red Ranger. And I do think it's because she's put on a lot of hard work, leading the team, because she's grown from season 1 and 2 of Dino Fury. I'm going to give this episode a 10 because start to finish, great and a lot of fun. Definitely give it a 10. So Ryan gave it a 9, Rick gave it a 9, I give it a 10. So this was a really good episode, and looking forward to talking about the next episode the next Sunday. I
like, at least with Dino Fury and this one, that it seems like they give more character build up for each person rather than like the simple, here's the main bad guy, here's your suits, here's weapons, here's your Zords, here's some extra help, and there's like maybe a few things of development for each character. But at least with Dino Fury and this one, they seem to at least have character arcs with each character to kind of give them more like development than just the basic that we get from other previous seasons.
Right. Rick, what would you like to add to that?
It definitely does allow for more focus on the Rangers. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, and I've been going back watching these episodes that way, at least get a good idea. Because the thing is, let's admit it, we all literally like binge watched it. We finished it in one day.
Oh,
It could
yeah.
have.
I finished it again in
It
another
could have.
day, just like yesterday.
It's like
Was it 2 days? Was it Friday night?
I
I think it was Friday night. I actually binged it.
Yeah, and it was it's like I said, I'm glad we're actually spreading out the episodes, so we can go into more detail on our thoughts and everything on it. But yeah, I mean, it's been really good, and I can't wait to see Hunter, Jordan, and Chance at Ranger Stop next month, and and it's gonna, I'm gonna be thanking all the cast members for after all these 30 years of Power Rangers. It's they've done so much, and they've been such an inspiration to a lot of us as fans. So, but Ryan, what would you like to say before we sign off?
I guess like with the stuff going on in the Middle East, it's very unfortunate with whatever's going on. Just praying for them and stuff. Same as always, just look out for each other. Like, just a small act of kindness goes a long way. That's about it.
So in other words, don't be a dick.
Yeah, pretty much.
I said dick, right? Not Rick. Don't be a Rick.
You said dick.
Okay, good. It's like, anyway, Rick, what would you like to say?
One, pray for the innocent people over there. May they be safe. And then 2, support your small businesses, support your local comic book shops, support paper copies, support small businesses, support local community stuff, and just be safe.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Be prepared. Be safe, because you never know what the future holds. Earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, God forbid.
Cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria. Wait a minute.
Yeah, there's that too.
Oh, we have 2 cats and a dog, so. Oh boy, here comes this, and then hysteria. Oh boy.
Yeah, protect yourself from cats and dogs too, because they like to knock things over when they chase after each other.
So guys, go ahead and mute your mics. I'm going to go ahead and do my outro here as usual. All right, but guys, thank you for watching. If you haven't watched this already, you can go back. It'll be pre-recorded as usual. We do plan on having a webcast next Sunday. I'm still working on trying to gather more information, more stuff to talk about for our webcast. It's kind of hard to talk about something, there's not much given from the other side. So you'll have to wait and see what I have cooking up to talk about. Hopefully we'll have something for Rick's topic next week too, because don't really have any comic book news or anything like that right now, but hopefully we'll get to that at some point.
OnlyFans page.
Oh my God. But like I said before, make sure you guys, November 1st is when we will have the mystery box contest. It will be going up around either midnight on the 1st of November or at noon Eastern Standard Time on the 1st of November. That will be posted to the top of our Facebook page, obviously. And also make sure you guys don't miss out on our JDF tribute Facebook Live on the 19th of November. Like I said, that's a 2-hour event. It's going to be directly on Facebook. So that's, I've been working on that since last year into this year. So, should be fun. And like I said, Make sure you guys follow us and like our Facebook page. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you guys follow us on Twitter or X, Twitter X, whatever you want to call it, and make sure to follow us on Instagram. And like the rest of the guys said, make sure you guys stay safe, stay healthy, stay more phenomenal, and as Zordon always says, may the power protect you. And remember,
it's morphin' time.
that's right. All right, buddy, say goodbye. Rick in the corner just right in. And here's the title for next week's episode.